All right, we're starting.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Good evening. Happy
Good
5
night.
o'clock.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, that's it. Later.
Dom and Will here, coming out of week 4, going
Week
into
4.
week
So we built a fort for week 4.
5. Joe is over here.
Intern Joe.
Intern Joe.
Social media manager Cassie.
Cassandra. All right.
Cassandra.
This is For the Fan, brought to you by PWP
Nation. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. They probably have like a Tumblr.
Yep. Oh, that's
They probably have a lot of other social medias.
Follow
I don't know.
us.
Follow us
on Instagram and Twitter at We Are For The Fan.
Email us any questions. weareforthefan@gmail.com.
Bada boom.
If you're new, welcome. Hopefully you stay a little while.
If
not,
you've been here,
welcome back.
hi again. Welcome back.
How's everyone so far?
Everyone good so far.
Joe, how's your week so far?
Joe, how was
I don't want to talk about
He doesn't want to talk about
It
it.
was rough.
It was
Sunday,
rough.
besides the football.
Rough weekend.
Besides
Bartender Cassie.
Some of the Sunday football was a little bit rough.
It was rough. Roughing the
Oh.
passer.
What is? Didn't even tally who's winning and what by.
I think you're winning by 2.
Do internally duties.
They're not on here.
Oh. Okay.
We don't have that ready.
Yeah, Joe, just go back through the
It's
Instagram.
on the
We
Instagram.
are for the fan.
It's on the Instagram.
Did you say we are for the fan?
We are
Yes.
for the fan.
If you know us, we have some business cards.
I made
That's
that.
a business card noise.
There you
I
go.
made that.
Intern Joe made them. Now
That's
it's
why he's
Ben.
an intern.
It's
Joe, you do that. Go
get
on
back to
Instagram.
us.
It was 25 to 25, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Correct. It was 25 to 25. So tally up this week's and who's winning and get back to us on that.
Bryson.
Just like every other podcast, we'll start with the headlines around the league. Our headlines around the league, at least.
Yeah.
We'll go and recap all the previous games, all the previous week's games, week 4, and then we'll predict week 5 and tell you why. So, right
No one
in
likes
on
a
it.
rhymer.
What?
No one
Yeah,
likes a rhymer.
I don't even know if I rhymed. I wasn't trying. Let's go to the first headline. William, you've
All
been
right.
keeping us up on this.
Well,
How's this
it's
going?
always been a headline. Le'Veon Bell is, in quote, ending the holdout with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's projected to report eventually at week 7, which is the Steelers' bye week. And if he does report, he would play week 8 against Cleveland. No idea if it's a home or away game.
That's his last. That's the game he has to be there by, right? Or is that
Well, that's
10?
what he says he'll be there by. He said he'll come by
No,
week
but for
7.
him, in order to play the
No,
season,
week 10.
That's week 10. Okay.
Mike Tomlin says he has no idea what's going on with Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he knows what's going on with the Steelers at this point. They're just like a very surprised 1-2-1 team. As anything. We're going to be looking at Adam Vinatieri. He broke the field goal record this past Sunday. Now with 567 total field goals made. Congrats, Adam. Congrats. Michael Kendricks suspended indefinitely for the insider trading fraud that he did with the Eagles and all that.
Yeah.
Got cut
and
from
then
the
he
Browns.
went to the
Now
Browns,
he's
got cut. Now he's on Seattle. He played a few games.
he played like the last 3 weeks. Now suspended indefinitely. December's when he's gonna find out how much jail time he's gonna be getting. It's kind of sad because he was a good talent.
Yeah. And this one's interesting.
Dez Bryant.
Dez
What do we have?
Bryant.
What do we have on Dez?
We've wanted Dez to go to multiple places. He was almost going to multiple places. He visited the Browns. There were rumors. He signed a helmet. He didn't go to the Browns. He talked about wanting to go to the Patriots, maybe Washington. Never ended up there. What do we have now on him? What's the update?
Now he wants to go back to Dallas.
Now he wants to go back to Dallas.
He's like, he changes his mind more than anything.
More than anyone. It's kind of...
It's
I don't know. Maybe he's
weird.
getting a little bit desperate here. Maybe he's like, all right, you know what? Maybe I'll come back.
I'll eventually come back and play football, but right now my mind wants to play with Dallas.
Yeah.
Next week he's going to want to play with Denver, and then the week after that he's going to want to play in Seattle, and Doug Baldwin eventually just re-hurts his knee again.
And then, okay. Intern Joe did the numbers. He did the math.
He crunched them.
He crunched them.
Mathematician.
It's still actually close. I thought I did better, or at least I thought I had more over you, but I didn't. I am now at 36, which means I had 11 games, right? That's nice, thank you. And Will has 34, so Will still has yet to ever gain a lead on me in these
74.
predictions. Well, let's talk about this first. The refs on Sunday were frustrating
Atrocious.
me and a lot of other fans, I guess.
You're picking fuzz from me?
I don't know. I was hanging out your hair, dude. What are you doing?
Cassie, is this your hair?
Jeez.
Yeah, sorry, actually it is.
Take it back. So the refs on Sunday, there were some...
I was hungover. I don't know.
There were some controversial calls we had in multiple games. There's, fumble recoveries that were weird. There were
actual fumbles that were called dead before. Blah,
there
blah,
were plays
blah.
that were called dead before that could have ended up as touchdowns.
What do the refs, you're getting paid like $100,000 to...
And they have more refs than ever now, right? Correct?
Yeah, now they have like a bajillion refs.
All the roughing the passer stuff. Don't even get me started on that.
Remember the replacement refs? And who are your surprises from the quarter of the
quarter
season?
of the way in. Here we are. Surprises. I think everyone was surprised about Miami doing as well as they did. Everyone was pretty much surprised about Tampa Bay doing as well they did.
Cincinnati's also off to a hot start.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, teams that we didn't really have doing that well that are doing well.
I didn't think the Chiefs would be doing as well as they...
I didn't think... actually, no. I did say that Patrick Mahomes would be doing as well as he is, but nonetheless.
Who is the biggest upset that you have so far?
Honestly, maybe the Patriots. I know I'm a Patriots fan, so that's a little bit biased. But the Patriots are only 2-2 now. They were 1-3. That was a little bit harsh, them being going to the Super Bowl the last 3 years. So,
my pick right now is Atlanta.
Yeah?
Atlanta is such a great team going. They're doing everything right, but they just cannot close out the games when they have the lead.
It's true. They've executed well in all these games.
This team could have been,
3-1,
4-0? Like
they really could have been.
They could be, but they just can't
Philadelphia
close the game.
Week 1, they really could have closed that one out. That was an upset, basically. Almost.
They won against Carolina, I believe, week 2.
They won hardly against Carolina. Cam almost made the comeback that game. They
blew the lead late against the Saints.
Yep.
And now they blew another late lead against the Bengals. Like, this team doesn't know how to close out, and it's unfortunate because they're struggling. They're struggling on defense with injuries.
That's the thing. They are struggling on defense. That could be a problem.
A very big issue.
We said it last week. Yeah, and it's just getting worse.
All right, let's go into our game recaps.
Moving on.
Joe wrote moths like lamp.
Nice.
I love lamp.
Are you just saying that because you're looking at the lamp, or do you actually love the lamp?
Moving on to the first game, the Thursday night game.
Oh,
this was a nice game. This was fun to watch.
What a game.
We didn't even remember when we told the fans we were going to Buffalo Wild Wings. We were like, "Oh, Buffalo Wild Wings."
We didn't end up going.
Beer, wings, sports, and whatnot.
I was actually upset.
I was upset too. People flaked. People bailed on us, but it's all right.
Oh, you're gonna get a text later.
I don't care. But Minnesota in LA, great game. We were excited to watch that. We had a good time watching it. Tell us about this game a little bit.
The Vikings offense was...
First of all, because we always have to say this. Come on, how do we miss this? The Rams won 38-31 over Minnesota. The Rams still undefeated, looking good. One of the two teams still undefeated after this week. Now you can dive in.
The Vikings went off to a booming start. Their offense looked way better than they did against Buffalo.
Yeah, this had.
And then the Rams came out booming.
Always.
Just like they did against whoever.
They
played the Chargers week 3. They came out booming. Mm-hmm. Jared Goff was perfect on the day. 5 touchdowns. Woods, Cup, Gurley, Cooks, all just being helping hands for Goff. Goff's in the MVP race right now.
Absolutely. So is Gurley.
Yeah, Gurley. I mean,
at least for best running back.
Yeah, best running back, he's definitely in there.
Absolutely.
You got to look at Kirk. Kirk did,
he was good. He was bad. Mostly good. He had some tough spots.
He didn't throw an interception. I don't know if he had a turnover or not.
No.
But Dalvin Cook left early, so they really just didn't have a running game.
I believe the second week in a row, no? Or was he injured last week?
He was injured last week.
So he's struggling with injuries. That's a little bit sad with the talent that he brings to the team.
Yeah, Diggs and Thielen combining for 19 receptions, 260 total yards, and Thielen having 1 touchdown. The best receiving core in the league? ? Exclamation point.
I would have to say they were top 3. There's no way they're not top 3. They were established last year. They haven't missed a beat this year already. Thielen is up there right next to Michael Thomas with the receptions at 40. I mean, he's on pace for something great this season. It's only been 4 weeks. That's 10 receptions a week. Average. I mean, he does that. He has 160 receptions. He's on a pace for something crazy, just like Michael Thomas. So you can't ignore him. Diggs is Diggs. He comes in clutch at the times that he's needed to. He's an explosive player. That's a duo right there. That is a duo, a reliable duo for Kirk.
Is the Vikings defense in question, considering the fact that
I think they have to be going into this.
They let up
season.
550 total yards against the Rams.
Yeah.
This is probably Mike Zimmer's worst game he's ever had a coach that he ever coached with this defense, considering how close the game was.
Yeah. As far as what the Rams did on their team, absolutely.
It's like artsy.
And like we said, going into the season, them being the defense that they were, everyone was excited for them as a defense. And maybe they're struggling a little bit. Maybe this isn't what we thought they were going to be. Maybe it's not what they thought they were going to be, what they're not, what they were hoping to be. So that's definitely in question, absolutely. Moving on, 1 o'clock games. The Jets in Jacksonville. Jacksonville wins 31-12. Jets again not looking like what they looked like week 1.
We're filming right now, but the presidential alert just came out.
Oh, it didn't make a sound.
Because all our phones are on vibrate. So
Look at that.
Boom.
So maybe it doesn't make a sound, but you got the alert. You got the alert.
How did you not get it?
It's still 2:18, Joseph.
Off the grid, bitch.
It's still 2:18. You don't know.
I did. Yeah, I got the text.
That presidential alert's brought to you by Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. TJ Yeldon doing well over Fournette again.
Fournette
2
hurt
touchdowns.
yet again.
He had a fumble, but still 2 touchdowns. Yeldon putting in work. Bortles had a great game. Will, tell us about the Jets. You're a Jets fan. Let's hear what you have to say about the Jets.
There's nothing to even say about the Jets. I mean, Sam had 1 touchdown, and it was to Huron. I have no idea who the tight end is there. Oh no, it was Jordan Leggett. Yeah, that was the touchdown. I got an autograph card of him. But all in all, the Jets just looked terrible. They were 7th in defense. Now they're probably bottom 5 after letting Blake Bortles instead of be the Goatles. It's kind of sad. It's honestly sad for all that.
Especially after the tease that you guys got week 1, right? So, I mean, that's really that.
Yeah,
they need to pick it up.
I mean, hey, you can't really pick up what you can't really do with your team. All right, now we're going to be going to Atlanta with Dom reading the score absolutely wrong. It's supposed to be Atlanta first, but Atlanta lost 36-37 in a very close context with us, Cincinnati on Cincinnati. Giovanni Bernard 2 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley getting another 2.
That's
6 TDs, most in the league.
Right. Look at that.
Tyler Eifert, rip his ankle transplant.
That was one of the most tragic scenes I've ever seen.
That was disgusting.
That was terrible. Ankle completely backwards. Yeah, seeing the replay was not fun.
They're don't show the replay. Meanwhile, they're just showing the ankle just dangling there like a meat on the chicken wing.
That was brutal. Tack McKinley having a great game. I believe he had 2 sacks and a strip sack. That was a good game for him.
And there was a blocked
Especially
punt.
with Atlanta struggling as they are on defense. Tack McKinley having a good game helps them at least, you know.
What's weird is the last 16 games under the Bengals offensive coordinator, Dalton has like 36 touchdowns to like 9 interceptions, 37 touchdowns to 9 interceptions, but only has like 3,100 yards.
Yeah, he's just a touchdown.
A little
machine,
scarce, but hey, it shows that they're getting both sides of the ball done. Oh, now we're going to be
moving on.
moving on.
This was one of the 2 overtime games that
There's like 3
were
this
intense. Houston at Indianapolis. Houston wins 37-34 in overtime. Houston defense was looking great, even though Luck had a good game. I forget what. Do you remember Luck's numbers?
He had like 464 yards, like
Yep.
61 total attempts, like
What? How many touchdowns did he have?
4,
I believe
3?
4 touchdowns. He did have some fumbles, or at least his center, had a fumble as well, I think. But still, nonetheless, Andrew Luck had a good day. He was putting in work. J.J. Watt has had a good couple of weeks. He kind of performs in little streaks, little chunks. So last week, he's been doing well. He got to Andrew Luck. He was looking like the star he is. And then Adam Vinatieri passing the record, setting the record now. How many kicks? Or how many field goals completed?
567 total made by the end of the game.
Yep.
The record was 565, and he did it.
Absolutely. So that's exciting. I mean, for how long he's been in the league. How old is he now? 44?
Like 45.
45?
23 years in the league.
Whew. He's seen a lot of players go by, and he's still there. So that's exciting. It's always exciting seeing him at this point play.
Now he's questionable. He has a groin injury going into Thursday
Does he?
night. Yeah.
I don't think that's going to impact it. I don't think he's going to retire or anything like that.
Oh,
And that's
green.
pretty much that.
Now to-
Houston won in overtime. This game was brutal.
It was a fluke. Bills are a fluke.
They had such a great game last week, and then this game, just nothing.
Terrible. Nothing.
Green Bay wins in Green Bay against Buffalo, 22-0.
A goose egg.
I made a 0 up in the air, like people are gonna see that. So
Ooh.
that's that.
Just made that.
Jimmy Graham had his first Green Bay touchdown, Lambeau leaping, and then Josh Allen. Jeez, where was Josh Allen? I mean,
Well,
he
Josh Allen's a
just-
fluke. The giraffe was
the giraffe,
left
the
in
running
Minnesota.
giraffe. That was rough.
I just want to make a point. It's 2:23 and I never got a text.
Jeez, the president doesn't like you. I don't know, something.
Great.
Maybe you're getting deported.
Yo,
That's
I hope
rough.
So.
That
I'm on
is rough.
vacation. Great. I'll sneak my way back in.
Ha Clinton Dix, remember that?
Oh,
that
he
interception.
murdered
Kelvin
Kelvin.
Benjamin goes to catch
He
this
died.
ball
Rip.
and just Clinton Dix destroys
Mouthpiece, like on the other side of the
Kelvin
field.
Kelvin's on the ground, and the ball's in Clinton Dix's hands for an interception. Green Bay pass rush was real on Josh Allen. That's part of where Josh Allen was just left on the field.
That's mostly it.
Yeah, for that game, what can you say about Buffalo? Really, 0 points.
They're
Couldn't even land
Buffalo
a field
buffaloed
goal.
it.
Oh yeah. And then this game was a shock.
Mitchell Trubinsky.
Chicago winning against Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay that's been so hot the beginning of the season. Chicago wins in Chicago 45-10. Mitchell Trubisky having a day. We talked about Mitchell Trubisky having a lot of pressure put on him now that Khalil Mack is in and this defense is performing so well. Mitchell has to
I benched him in fantasy. Oh no, I messed up. It was 48-10.
48-10. I mean, at that point, they're winning by so much. Does it really matter that much? It's just a field goal. But Mitchell, with his 6 touchdowns, making it look good. He does his thing. He throws to... Who does he throw to?
Allen Robinson, Tariq Cohen. He's also been looking at Taylor Gabriel.
2 touchdowns for him.
Cohen had like 110 yards receiving.
Yeah. Trey Burton. Bears defense and Khalil Mack, though, still, every week it's the same. Khalil Mack's a monster. Bears defense is right behind him, doing just as well.
Akeem Hicks was ejected for, I think, messing with a ref or something.
Yeah,
or pushing
that's right.
a ref.
He made contact with a ref, and I believe he pushed the ref. He was ejected out of there.
He was angered.
Yep. Never
Can't
touch
do
a
that,
ref.
no, you cannot do
Gotta
that.
know that. Pretty much no matter what sport it is, you don't touch a ref. Same thing happens in hockey. Hockey starts today, by the way. September, it's October. Nope, October. What's today? The date?
3rd.
Wednesday, the 3rd. Hockey
October
starts.
3rd.
I'm excited. We're both excited. So that's that. I don't know, just hockey. We're excited for that, even though this is a football podcast. I don't care. But that's that for that game. Moving on, Philadelphia in Tennessee. Another overtime game. Tennessee wins over the defending Super Bowl champs, 29-23.
The Eagles 100% deserve to lose this game of how crappy they played on defense.
Yes, especially in overtime, they gave Tennessee the game. They gave it to them. That's that.
They just pulled out a silver platter and said, "Hey, here you go. We don't want to win.
Win this game.
Great. Now let them have it.
Yeah.
You can have it."
Wait, we have a thing for that.
What, the laugh one?
Yeah, laugh track.
Oh, there we go. We used it last week, using it this week. I'm excited. I was so happy to use it. We have to add more on there.
Yeah, we'll add more.
We're gonna definitely add more sound. Other than our voices for an hour.
What's a fumble? I think there was a weird fumble that game. I don't remember. I do not remember what the fumble was.
It went out of bounds, kind of ish.
Oh yeah, he tipped the ball back in.
But it was bad because it went in a certain direction.
Yeah.
But then the person who recovered it was kind of out of bounds. I don't know. It was rough. That was part of the whole ref thing. We have no idea.
I think they gave the Eagles the ball back.
It was weird. Dude, that was weird. Really, again, talking about the Eagles' defense giving it to him. Sidney Jones had a key holding call
pass
against
interference
him.
call. Yeah.
I think it was holding.
Yeah, I think it was holding because it was
But
a 4th and 4.
That helped the Titans in overtime even more.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota looked great. 350 yards, 3 total touchdowns.
He was Offensive Player of the Week on the AFC
AFC
side.
Offensive Player of the Week. Corey
Absolutely.
Davis caught the game winner.
Ended it. Carson had a pretty average game for Carson. It wasn't, spectacular, but it certainly wasn't bad. I mean, one thing to look at, though, the Eagles' offensive line is failing Carson a little bit. Everyone is getting to Carson. Last week, this week. I mean, the Eagles' O-line on the run, they're good. They make it happen, but on pass rush, or pass protection, I should say, they're kind of failing a little bit. It's a little bit rough for Carson coming out of injury after the year he had.
It is.
Alshon coming back this week. He had a touchdown. He looked great.
Yeah, Zach
very
Ertz
well.
also looked really good. I think he had 10 receptions, 100 yards.
Absolutely, yep. Moving on. Detroit in Dallas.
Feed Zeke. Insert me eating cereal because that's what he wants.
Dallas winning 26-24, close game. Zeke again carrying
240
this Dallas team
total
like he's
scrimmage
done.
yards.
Yeah.
Dak is slowly looking like his 2016 self, but just take that with the biggest grain of salt you can find.
Yep.
Maybe even a salt lick.
We've talked about the O-line being troubled with injuries and whatnot. So Dak's still pushing through, seeing if what he can do. Golden Tate had just a fun game to watch. He had a catch for a touchdown that was beautiful. Put on the moves. You wrote Jim Bob Cooter again.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Always does.
Shram. Got a touchdown.
Yep.
Tavon Austin died. Literally, I think he broke his wrist or something.
Died, yep.
Yep, he died.
Well, no, I forget how it happened. He
fell
fell on it? Is that?
Yeah, he dove in the end zone for a ball. I
It
think
was
the
brutal
defender
to watch.
fell on
That's
top
for
of him.
sure. Stafford. Oh yeah, Stafford got hit
Yeah, Stafford got hit and he bent
in half.
yeah, he literally got bent in half.
But again, close game. Detroit just not pulling through. Zeke carrying them to victory, quite literally. Then next, Miami in New England.
Oh,
I do not remember the score of this
it was a
game.
blowout.
It was a blowout.
Not
I mean,
even-
that's what is there really to say with the score? New England obviously winning.
New
against
England
Miami,
looks like New
stopping
England.
Miami's undefeated streak. Yep, Patriots look like the Patriots again.
Cordell Patterson. Touchdown. Cordell.
Patterson. James White had a great week. 2 touchdowns.
Sony Michel. I think he led the AFC. I think he led.
The week in running.
No, I think Zeke did. He
Oh,
was.
yeah.
He was
well,
up.
no,
I think he was
AFC,
top 5.
AFC.
Yeah, he's definitely top 5 in rushing.
Patriots won 38-7. There's internally Joe giving us our score. Sonny Michel, like we said, had a great game. Ryan Tannehill, we were talking so highly of him last week.
He only had 100 yards passing, and that's rough.
Does this game just fall on him and that's it?
I mean, hey, everyone's entitled to a bad game.
Yeah. I mean, Miami
Maybe he could
defense
recover.
didn't stop him either. So, but we're talking about the Patriots here. You know, the Patriots looking like the Patriots again. They're hard to stop as it is. Maybe it's just a bad week for Miami. Maybe they bounce back this coming week. I forget who they play coming up, but we'll talk about that later. Moving on. Oh, yeah, you're right. There were 3 overtime games. Yep.
Yeah.
Cleveland in Oakland. Oakland wins in overtime, 45-42.
But this is a very controversial game where Derek Carr was getting sacked and the ball pops out, but they ruled the play dead and they said you cannot challenge it since the forward progress has stopped. I think the refs are just trying to really baby the game, and that's not what...
And again, during that game, Marshawn Lynch had like a potential touchdown. He looked like he could have gone all the way, but he was breaking tackles, like kind of not moving forward, but he wasn't moving backwards, and he was putting in work. He was still moving, but kind of sideways, breaking tackles, and the refs just blow the whistle, call the play dead, as Marshawn Lynch is literally breaking out for a touchdown, and there's that. I mean, it looked like the refs were just so eager to just call plays dead right away, you know, as soon as progression stopped when football is to be played.
It's been a lot this week, though.
That's what I mean. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Refs this week have been a little bit iffy.
Yeah, if the Browns had that key fumble, they would have had a larger lead,
Yeah.
and they maybe would have came out with the win. But the
Yeah.
refs just trying to rig it
Come
for
on,
themselves.
refs. I mean, refs are always under the
The refs are
magnifying
betting on
glass.
games.
You know, they're the refs
I think this
are
is.
always going to be critiqued.
I want
That
to
is
say
what
this.
it is.
I want to say this is Oakland's most scored game in like a long time.
Probably. I mean, Amari Cooper, great game.
Baker Mayfield threw a pick 6. That was his first career touchdown. Word to Sam. You know, roughing the passer calls.
Oh, wasn't there that one in this where was it this game?
Yeah, it was Baker. Like he just got like shoved back, and they ruled it a roughing the passer. Like
Yeah.
this needs to calm down. Okay.
Baker didn't get knocked down.
He just got
didn't
shoved
fall
back
at all. He kind of just got bumped into, and they just threw the flag. Come on. I mean, Clay Matthews. I'm agreeing with you more and more every week. Wait, did Clay Matthews get called this week?
No, he
didn't.
He didn't want to sack the person.
That's right.
He backed off.
Even though we passed Green Bay already, there it is. Clay Matthews, first week without a roughing the passer call. Took him 4 weeks, but hey, there you go. But again, just refs. What is happening? What are you doing? What are you doing in this game, especially this game? I mean, it might not have gone into overtime if the refs didn't ref the way they refed. But Amari Cooper, again, great game. He didn't have a great game last week. He didn't have a great game week 1. I'm a little bit worried about Amari Cooper, especially I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm like looking at him extra closely. He is just so far inconsistent. Week 1, nothing. Week 2, good game. Week 3, absolutely nothing. Week 4, great game. You know, Derek Carr either has to rely on him or not, or Amari Cooper has to perform or not. You can't be this inconsistent all the time. So looking forward, hopefully Amari Cooper can do something different, and Derek Carr can throw to him and create more plays. And that's that for that game. Overtime again.
I think that's
Moving forward, Seattle in Arizona.
Arizona.
This was interesting because Josh Rosen got his first start. Seattle won, though.
Yeah,
20-17.
Mike Davis had a very good rushing touchdown early on for the Seattle Seahawks. Josh Rosen threaded a damn needle.
Yeah.
I think it was Chad Williams, number 10. But although the ball was down the one, it was literally between two defenders. It was a beautiful touchdown.
Yeah. Josh Rosen looked good in the beginning of this game. Almost the whole game, actually. Josh Rosen, for his first career start, I'm not that worried. I mean, Arizona's in a very transitional period for their franchise, so it is what it is. However he performs this year, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but I don't think they're looking at a Super Bowl right now. I mean, come on.
They're way too far. They're way too far. They're way too far away from even
success
competing.
Should be celebrated. Josh Rosen did look good, so I mean, it is what it is. I liked how he looked this week.
Earl Thomas broke his fibia, whatever that bone is down there, ankle.
Ooh, do you want to talk about that?
He flipped off the Seattle sideline. I think that was probably more towards Pete Carroll not trading him.
This is a little bit rough because Seattle fans are not happy about this. I've seen
the Legion of Boom is now the Legion of Dead. There's not going to be anyone there.
Nothing there anymore. It's now completely over for the Legion of Boom this week.
For the rest of time.
For the rest of time. I mean, they were just hanging on by one player, but now it's over. So that's just rough for Seattle.
Yeah, Phil Dawson.
Really is.
Phil Dawson kicked a field goal with like a minute left in the fourth quarter. Missed it. Seattle drove down, kicks the field goal. Sebastian Janikowski walks off with a win after really just having a rough start to the season.
He did.
Very rough start for Sebastian, the 40-year-old.
Yeah, but the leg, though, that guy has. Moving on. New Orleans.
Jet Life.
New Orleans in MetLife against
the Giants. Still suck.
New Orleans wins 33-16. This is like the first time this season New Orleans didn't have a shootout or a really close game. I mean, sorry to say it, but it's because they were against the Giants. The Giants aren't the hardest team to win against at this time.
They aren't. They're just very, very below average of a team.
Yeah. But they have a lot of potential in certain places. They just need to make more moves this offseason. In this game, Kamara having 3 second-half tight ends.
Yeah.
Touchdowns. 3 second-half touchdowns. Kamara, still my offensive player of the year. I'm still pushing for him. He still looks so good.
Saquon Barkley had a nice over the offensive line hurdle touchdown.
The dive, that was beautiful. That's something we don't see very often.
Sterling Shepard also had a few good catches. Odell was kind of shut down for a lot of the game.
Yeah. 4 field goals by Lutz as well. If you had him in fantasy, that was a little bit nice to see a kicker put in some skill position numbers.
Now we're going to Los Angeles. 49ers at Chargers. Chargers just narrowly winning 29-27.
This was kind of brutal at home for the Chargers because, I mean, they got no fans in that arena.
It was just all 49er fans. It was like another 49er
I looked
home
up
game.
to see who was at home at this game when we were watching it, and the crowd was honestly a sea of red for San Francisco fans. So the Chargers, a home game, really kind of isn't a home game right now, or at least not in this game. 2 California teams. Eckler had a great touchdown grab. Melvin Gordon looking impressive once again. I've said it every week so far. Melvin Gordon really does look impressive. I'm thinking maybe he's a little bit underrated, even though he is. Everyone knows he's good. They might not be giving him all the credit he deserves because he's a top running back in the league for sure.
The 49ers defense had a touchdown. The 49ers defense has honestly stepped up with Jimmy G going down.
Absolutely.
I mean, C.J. Beathard got obliterated.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's stuck it in there with the Chargers at least, you know. He did almost win this game. Phillip threw the pick 6. So what do we have?
Angry Phillip.
An angry Phillip.
Rips off the jaw straps and just he's getting angry, yelling at, I don't know, Nick Hardwick, his center that he hasn't had in like 8 years.
Moving on, Baltimore
at
in Pittsburgh. This is the Monday night game. Baltimore,
the Sunday night
Sunday night game.
Joe Flacco looked honestly pretty well, throwing for 360 yards, outdoing Big Ben. John Brown looking like the deep target for the Ravens.
There you go.
I couldn't even think of the team.
Ravens look good though. I mean,
The Ravens are an upset team. They
really are. They look good.
as I
Just like
as I
Cincinnati,
said in the
counting
first
them out.
podcast, they got targets for Joe Flacco, and if they don't succeed, it's all on the hands of Joe Flacco. You bring in 3 great receivers, Crabtree, Brown, and Snead, and they're all working together.
Yeah.
You also have Buck Allen, you got Alex Collins, you got, I was going to say Dixon, but Dixon's out.
Kenneth Dixon. Yeah.
Weird noise.
Juju always looks good.
Antonio Brown,
Looks good.
Vance McDonald, the guy that killed Chris Conte last week.
Yep.
Looked good.
Looked good.
Levine on the Ravens got an interception. That's just about it.
Yeah.
Wasn't really tuned in for this game.
Moving on, this was an exciting one. Kansas City, Mile High. In Mile High, Kansas City winning 27-23. Patrick Mahomes does it again. He's now at 14 touchdowns, 3 above any other quarterback in the league right now. And he still has yet to throw any interceptions. So he's really looking like the perfect quarterback, the star quarterback in the league right now. He's another MVP candidate for sure. And then he had that nice, beautiful play where he was scrambling. Von Miller was coming up on him. He knew he was going down. He transfers the ball over to his left hand, throws it, not very far, but he makes the play happen. Throws it was it Kareem Hunt?
No, Tyreek Hill.
It was Tyreek Hill. For a first down, makes it happen. I mean, this guy's a playmaker. Patrick Mahomes just does anything to get the win now, and he makes it happen. Really, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is the biggest deal right now, I think.
Leading the league for the MVP race,
Yeah.
or he's up there.
That's what
I mean,
I'm saying,
him and
yeah.
Jared Goff, they're going to be battling
Head to
out
head.
for that.
I mean, 2 undefeated teams right there. Kansas City and the Rams. Denver's
Now,
defense looked good. Kareem Hunt looked good, rushing for over 100 yards. I mean, that great game. Great game.
it was
for
a great
sure.
game. Very
Absolutely.
close. Thought Denver was going to steal it. All right, now we're going to be looking at our predictions for Week 5, and we always start out from Thursday to Monday. So we're going to be looking into Indianapolis over New England.
At New England.
At New
They're
England,
not
whatever.
winning over it.
No, we both are picking New England because Andrew Luck is not going to do well.
No?
No, I don't see him doing well.
I mean, I agree completely. Andrew Luck had a good game and all, but he's not going to pull through. I don't see Andrew Luck pulling through this game. New England being New England like they did last week, if they perform that way, they're winning this game for sure. Absolutely. Denver in New York against the Jets. What do you got?
The Jets are 2.5-point favorites going into Sunday, and I saw that, and I was like, I'm going to take the Jets. I feel like they're going to win.
Okay.
And Bilal Powell and Isaiah Crowell are going to bounce back from what was a terrible running game. Sam Darnold's going to be playing in front of the home crowd for a second time. He's just going to get that motivation back probably and cap off a win against a very talented Broncos team.
Cool. I choose Denver. I think Denver.
No one cares.
Denver. All right, Jets fan. Denver's competed in every game they're in this season. They've been close games. Denver looks good with how the Jets have been playing. It's a little bit questionable. Denver, it's not questionable to me at all. Denver's just been performing week in, week out. I have Case Keenum bringing Denver a win in MetLife, in Jet Life, doing his thing in New Jersey. Moving on. Tennessee in Buffalo. Will.
Tennessee, you beat the best defense in the league, Jacksonville. You beat the Super Bowl champions. Now you got Buffalo, who's just been the most iffiest play of the entire season. They're just going to have another cakewalk. They're just going to go out. They're going to win. I think they're 3-1 right now.
Tennessee, I think they are, yeah.
Or they're like 2-2, or they're going to be,
They're
above
definitely
500.
at least 500, absolutely. I have Buffalo winning. Just
Yeah.
like you said, how Tennessee beat such a great defense and whatnot. Buffalo beat Minnesota.
I mean, fluke.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm calling this a bounce back week after Buffalo got destroyed last week. Buffalo.
Tennessee Titans are 3-1.
Yep. Tennessee Titans are 3-1.
Yep, so they're
Thank
going to
you,
be
intern
4-1.
Joe. Buffalo, I have winning this game. I have Josh Allen doing well, Giraffe running everywhere, running for some touchdowns, throwing some touchdowns. Another good game by him, and Buffalo wins this game, upsets Tennessee.
Sure. Buffalo?
Oh, yeah. I'm picking them. absolutely. Atlanta in Pittsburgh. What do you got, Will?
We're picking Atlanta. I have Atlanta? Yeah, I have Atlanta.
Of course you do.
Julio
have
Jones, Calvin Ridley. You have Mohamed Sanu. You got Austin Hooper, the Pooper Scooper. The Whoopity Scoop. You got Devontae Freeman returning. You're going to have Tevin Coleman. And I just feel this offense is going to be too much for this Steelers defense to handle. And there haven't been a shining defense in this season so far.
No. Pittsburgh's been struggling. Atlanta hasn't. That's that. I mean, Atlanta hasn't been able to close out some games this season. But overall, they've been hard to stop. I'm choosing Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, hopefully another couple touchdowns. I don't see why not. Atlanta all the way. Jacksonville in Kansas City. This is going to be a fun one. Straight up, this is a great game, maybe the best game of the week. But I'm calling Kansas City. I think Kansas City right now is pretty much unstoppable. I think they're just going to roll right on through and roll up until week 6. What do you got?
I'm picking Jacksonville. With Leonard Fournette hurt, Blake Bortles is always having to pass the ball more. And the Chiefs are just a terrible secondary without Eric Berry back there. And I just feel, you got to put you're going to have to rely more on Blake Bortles. And Blake Bortles has shown that against, New England. He's shown that, against, well, not really the Titans, but he did that against the Jets. He passed, 370 yards in the Jets. And it's just going to be another thing. Oh, Fournette's not in. Hey, I'm going to have to pass the ball. D.D. Westbrook, Moncrief, Keelan Cole, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. Yeldon can receive and rush.
Yeah, we've
I'm
seen
picking
Yeldon do it
Jacksonville.
when Fournette wasn't there, too, so I get that. Still going with Kansas City, though. Green Bay in Detroit. We both have Green Bay. For me, it's just Green Bay's going to pull through and win it. They always compete. Aaron Rodgers over Matt Stafford. Green Bay's just a
Green
more
Bay's
established,
the better team.
just better team here. I mean, is that what you say? I mean,
Yeah, literally.
there's not much else.
Green Bay's just going to make Matt Patricia.
There you go, Matt
Pat,
Patricia.
the fat
Matt
cat
Patricia.
sat on Matt Pat.
Matt Patricia.
It's like they're just going to show him, hey, we're better.
Yeah.
Literally, it's just what they're going to say.
Yeah. Moving on. Baltimore in Cleveland. Rivals in the division. What do you got?
Baltimore. We're picking Baltimore here, and it's just
You're picking Baltimore.
I'm
here.
picking Baltimore. 3-1. You're going high to the sky. You're really just. They're such a good team right now. You can't bet against them. You got Jimmy Smith returning on defense. You're gonna be a way better team than you once were.
Yeah.
Especially on
I
defense.
mean,
And you're gonna
that's
be.
true.
And hey, this is the first career home start for Baker Mayfield. I know he played against the Jets, but this is his first career home start. I know he already has the jitters gone. And it's just going to be a Baltimore game.
I have Cleveland winning. Cleveland's looked good. Their defense has played really well. I mean, that's that for me. I just have Cleveland beating Baltimore, just playing a better game than Baltimore on both sides of the ball. They're explosive both ways. Their defense really has looked good. They've been able to force more fumbles than any other team. I think by twice the amount. I was looking yesterday, and I just have them winning this game, absolutely. Giants in Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah. Come on.
The
Who
camp.
was it, Joe? Joe got these numbers for us last week. Who have we not picked before? Both of us haven't picked the Giants, right?
Will and Dom have not picked the Giants as of
Week
Yeah.
4.
4.
Yeah.
4.
Neither me or Will have picked the Giants yet this season. Sorry to say, Giants fans, but
I don't see this team really doing well, and
No.
Carolina's a way better team.
absolutely.
Defense, running, passing,
That's that.
receiving, way better
The
than
passer running. I mean,
the pass the
What?
passer running the
passer. Well, no,
the rushing passer.
the passer, Cam Newton running. That's what I'm saying. I think Carolina's just, the Giants are just not going to stop Carolina.
They're
And
not.
Carolina's going to stop them. I mean, Saquon might do him, do what he does, maybe snag a touchdown out of this game.
Being athletic as he is.
That's that. That's really it. That's all I can see happening there. Moving on, Miami in Cincinnati. Both of us picked Cincinnati. This is my first time picking Cincinnati. I know that. So we're going to have Miami getting their second loss in a row after going undefeated.
Yeah, Joe Mixon might be returning this week,
That's right.
but
Even if he doesn't return,
even if he doesn't return, you still have Giovanni Bernard.
has been doing well. Yeah. So
AJ Green, you got John Ross, who I don't even know his injury report.
Oh, that's right.
You have Tyler Kroft at tight end. I don't even know who else they have. But they have a lot of better weapons than what Miami can even produce.
Yeah. I mean, that's really it for me. I just think Cincinnati's also the better team.
Oakland at the Chargers. Who are you picking, Dom?
I am actually going to pick Oakland. I think they know what it takes to win after last week, and I think they're only going to get better and win this week. I think they're going to upset the Chargers in L.A. What do you have?
I'm having the Chargers. Angry Phillip is not going to be angry no more. He's going to be, I think, above 500. He's 500 right now. They will be 3-2 after this game. Keenan Allen, Eckler, you have Gordon, Mike Williams. This team is stacked. Oakland just won because of the refs, and they're not going to win because they have to actually play a team that has better than what they have. A pass rusher, obviously.
Fair enough. Arizona in San Francisco. Both of us are picking Arizona. Even though San Fran's defense has been looking good, we're both picking that, huh? Why are you picking Arizona?
It's Arizona. Arizona, they're going to be putting the ball more into Josh Rosen's hands. They have a good pass rush, but David Johnson knows their number.
Absolutely.
And hopefully he bounces back. Larry Fitz will be back. Richard Sherman's going to be back on the Niners probably. And it's just going to, I just see Arizona winning.
That's pretty much it for me as well. I just don't see San Fran on offense winning this game at all. I don't see if San Fran's defense can get some defensive touchdowns, maybe, but I don't see San Fran having a high-powered offense enough to beat Arizona. Absolutely not. Minnesota in Philadelphia. What do you have for this matchup?
I'm picking the Eagles.
Really?
Okay, the Eagles know Kirk Cousins' number, and that's just you pressure him and pressure him and pressure him, and he's going to just collapse under the pressure.
All right.
I mean, hey, I know you have Adam Thielen, you have Stephon Diggs, you got Kyle Rudolph, you have all these great targets for all these great toys for Kirk Cousins to use, but the Eagles know Kirk Cousins' number, and they know how to get to his head really quick. And hey, they're just going to be playing, how they have been playing. Hopefully better, not like how they did against the Titans, but I'm picking the Eagles.
All right, I'm picking Minnesota. Minnesota has, like we talked about, maybe the best wide receiver core in the league right now, or the duo at least. And Philadelphia defense just hasn't been getting it done. They couldn't get it done last week. I don't think they're getting it done this week against a superior offense under Kirk Cousins with their running game and passing game. I mean, that's really it. It comes down to how Philadelphia's defense handles Minnesota's offense. Moving on, the Rams in Seattle. We both picked the Rams, undefeated team.
The Rams are just going to show Seattle, hey, remember when you used to have no team and when you used to have a team and beat us? Yeah. Now we're going to do the same to you. Russell Wilson's just going to be getting under pressure because they just have no offensive line whatsoever.
No. And they don't have – Seattle's not the best on defense right now either, and the Rams are a high-powered offense. Todd Gurley, Jared Goff, both almost the best at their positions right now in the league. That's hard to stop as it is. Not having a very good defense, it's going to be a rough day for Seattle. Moving on, Dallas in Houston, Sunday night. You're picking Houston.
I'm picking Houston. Deshaun Watson under the lights. J.J. Watt under the lights. The Texans are going to be putting the pressure under Dak Prescott, and you're going to be seeing Dak Prescott having to move around just like he's always done. But you have 3 amazing linebackers, defensive ends going at you. You got Clowney, you got J.J. Watt, and you got Whitney Merciless, who are just going to, hey, we're not going to beat you up, or they're just going to beat them up. That's what they're practically saying.
I'm picking Dallas on this. Zeke has had such a great season. I don't think he's stopping whatsoever for the Houston defense either. He's shown he can play against better defenses without the O-line. I really think it comes down to Zeke carrying this team to a win again 2 weeks in a row now. And that's that in Houston on Sunday night. Monday night, Washington in New Orleans. You picked New Orleans. Tell us why.
201 yards till Drew Brees is the passing god of the NFL for the moment, the year, whatever, how long he's going to reign it for. And hey, whenever Drew Brees breaks a record, they always end up winning. For most of the time, they always end up winning. So I'm just going to be going out there and picking New Orleans.
Very nice. I'm picking Washington. Washington had a bye week. They had time to rest. They're coming in New Orleans, playing in a dome. They don't have to deal with conditions either. The running back duo that they have between AP and Chris Thompson, I think they're going to look superior again. Alex Smith, he had time to rest, build up some chemistry a little bit more with the new team he's on. I think he's going to do well. I think Washington is going to upset New Orleans. Straight up. You don't think so, but I think so. So I'm picking Washington.
Chicago and Tampa Bay's are on byes this week.
That's why you didn't hear them. And that's it for next week's predictions. So if you've been listening this whole time, thank you very much. We've kind of shot right through these. Faster than any other.
This is the shortest episode.
So far. But we covered pretty much everything there is to cover. This past week hasn't been super crazy with games. We've had overtimes, but they are what they are. But yeah, looking forward to week 5. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, at WeAreForTheFan. Email us. What's our email?
WeAreForTheFan@gmail.com for
That's
any
not a hard one to
comments,
remember.
questions, concerns, proclamations, declarations.
We went through this whole list last week too.
Yeah.
And have a good week 5.
Have a good week 5. See you back next week.
Worried about keeping up with your fave friends all summer? Or posting every perfectly pink sunset you see? Don't sweat the Connect. You can have it made in the shade with 4 lines of unlimited data for $100 a month. Scroll the staycation pics, find your new go-to takeout spot, or catch some rays on video chat. Whatever you and the crew are into, all the data makes it all that much better. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Cricket Core acquired on 4 lines. Data speed limited to 3 megabits per second. Cricket may slow data speeds when the network is busy. Additional fees, usage, and restrictions apply.